皆さん、私のチャンネルにようこそ。元気ですか? Today, I'm going to be showing you how I've been recently maintaining my fluency at home during lockdown. I recently read some articles online which reminded me how important it is to maintain your mother tongue, especially when learning or immersing yourself in a foreign language. So, to maintain my fluency, I like to not only read in my native language, but the languages that I'm able to study in too. Reading will help you recognize more vocab and more complex grammatical structures when you're studying. Since I'm interested in translation, I'm currently reading Sweet Bean Paste, a Japanese book that has been translated to English. It was so amazing that I forgot I was filming and I drifted into the world of the dorayaki shop with Sentaro and Tokue. As well as this, I'm able to study both Chinese and Korean in very basic Japanese, which I never thought I could actually do. So in order to maintain this ability, the Read Real Japanese book, which has a selection of short contemporary stories, allows me to seriously extend my vocab and grammar knowledge, as it's quite a difficult book for me. But of course, practice makes perfect. I use my trusty grey mildliner to highlight some new words and phrases while I read, but I have to remind myself sometimes that I'm not going to understand everything, and it's okay to just have fun reading. The book is Japanese style, which opens on the right, and the stories are read in the classical vertical style. The phrase-by-phrase translation is on the opposite page. I would definitely recommend this for upper intermediate learners. During lockdown, I've been finding it difficult to keep up my speaking and listening skills while maintaining a strict study schedule. Thus, I have collaborated with the amazing app Busuu to show you guys how I maintain my fluency in Chinese and Japanese. I'm an A1 in the Chinese course, and I'm halfway through B1 in the Japanese course. If you don't know hiragana, katakana and kanji yet, don't worry, there is a course on that too, so you can actually learn everything in one place. You can also use Busuu to learn 9 other languages to an upper intermediate level. The easy to follow lesson structure includes vocabulary, a dialogue, quiz, and often a conversation section. Let's get started.
詩。私は時間のある時に詩を書きます。
フィクション。私はノンフィクションよりフィクションを読むのが好きです。
こんにちは、ジェーン。私はちょうど本を読み終えたところです。借りても良いものはありますか？
こんにちは、チェン。私はちょうど本を読み終えたところです。借りても良いものはありますか？はい、私は本ダウンロードをしたところです。読み終えたのはどんな本ですか? After listening and shadowing, we fill in the blanks. You guys know that shadowing is a very important part of maintaining my fluency, and these real-life scenarios, instead of the more robotic textbook ones, are just so useful. Then the quiz section allows you to test what you remember from the dialogue and vocab section. The last section gives you a related topic that you can either speak about or write about. You can also show a hint for structure ideas. 私はジブリの千と千尋の神隠しについて書くことにしました。それは私のお気に入りなので、それについて書くのは簡単でした。This part took me around 5 minutes and altogether is a great study session that I can incorporate into my day. If you guys are learning English by any chance, feel free to ask me for a correction. A study plan took the lead when I asked you guys on Insta what you look for more in a language app. I decided to create a study plan with Japanese because it's the language that I'm mainly focusing on. Even though I had a bunch of essays due and it was my birthday this week, I still managed to get almost half of the required study time over the weekend. The home screen includes my fluency percentage, daily goals, words learned, and my reputation. From the home screen, you can go to settings where you can view and edit your plan to cater towards your unique study needs and aspirations, including the days, the time you want Busuu to remind you to study, and the length of time suitable for you. For me, 10 minutes is a realistic daily goal, and this plan enables me to stay motivated and knowing that by 2022, I'll be a B2 in Japanese. That means I will hopefully be able to read, listen to, and understand lectures and more complicated texts in Japanese. Check out the links down below to start using Busuu for absolutely free and join me in this amazing community of language learners just like you who are working super hard towards their fluency goals. See you there! I've seen this language add-on quite a few times on YouTube and on the internet, but I haven't used it until now. Recently, I've been loving language learning with Netflix. It's classed as a productivity add-on, which means I can now watch shows without feeling too guilty. Now that I've updated it, you can access the Netflix catalogue from the extension and choose your target language. Today I've gone with Korean because I haven't watched many Korean films or dramas lately. I was really gutted that Train to Busan wasn't there, so I went with Pandora instead. I tend to choose movies that I've seen before, so I'm not struggling with keeping up with the story and trying to learn new words at the same time. When there is a word that may come useful to me or one that I recognise, I highlight it and then write it down. Since I don't have the premium version, I can't change the colour of the text or save the vocabulary for later. So Pandora is a disaster movie about a nuclear plant melting down, so there was a lot of advanced vocab, but it was still nice to learn in a more chilled way. Have you guys been watching any Korean movies lately? I've seen so many new ones on Netflix here in the UK and I can't keep up. I got about 20 minutes into the movie because 2 hours is a really long time to focus on the story and vocab. I really hope these tips help you to stay motivated and inspired to reach your language and fluency goals. Have an amazing day and I'll see you next week.